Brennan.
Okay, next.
I'm Lee.
Okay, next.
All right, my name is Mustafa Hassinger.
Okay, next.
My name is Murtaza.
Okay, next. Yes. Okay. Cool.
Hi, my name is Natalie.
Okay, and then Brady is having some audio issue, I
Brady.
guess.
My name is Brady.
Okay, there we go. All right, let's get this speech recording. Okay, so should we ban single-use plastics? So every year, more and more trash gets into the ocean and our environment. And what this plastic pollution does is it impacts not only our environment, but our personal health as well. And while some people argue that banning these single-use plastics hurts the economy and our convenience, I personally think that the environmental and health consequences far outweigh the drawbacks of the economy and convenience. So obviously some resist the idea to ban single-use plastics, and this comes down to the economic impact, as single-use plastics are cheap and easy. According to Statista, in 2023, the global plastic industry generated $712 billion in revenue. And of course, the convenience and accessibility, as plastics are widely used everywhere in medical supplies, food containers, and packaging, etc. And then people tend to question the effectiveness of bans, specifically enforcement not being effective enough or being inconsistent. However, banning plastic and single-use plastics is necessary, and I say this because, more importantly, the environmental damage, right? A single piece of plastic can take up to 1,000 years to decompose, and when decomposing, toxic chemicals are being released into the air and atmosphere. Yes, the same air that we breathe. And of course, the marine life and animal life is constantly being affected by plastic waste. According to the IUCN, multiple animals every single day in the ocean are constantly ingesting plastic waste or being entangled in plastic, specifically sea turtles that eat paper bags or plastic bags because they think they're jellyfish. And of course, the main important reason behind banning plastic waste is for our own personal health. Microplastics are constantly being found in our cardiovascular system, so in our heart, our lungs, our bloodstream, and even in our food that we eat. And what this all does is it leads to hormone disruption and an increased cancer risk, according to Lee Wang. And it's also important to know that with banning plastics, there are sustainable alternatives to banning plastics, right? So, for one, we can use biodegradable packaging and reusable containers. And we know this can work because look at San Francisco. According to Zero Waste Magazine, the San Francisco has an 80% waste reduction rate over the last 5 years. And why? Because they take the necessary action to keeping their city clean and the environment healthier and more sustainable for the future. So, in conclusion, the debate over plastic includes many factors, valid concerns from both sides, from the economy all the way to our personal health. However, the long term damage of plastic pollution to our environment and to ourselves is way too severe to ignore, and action must be taken. We can start small by carrying reusable items. We can support the plastic free brands, and importantly, we can pressure our global leaders to make fair and firm, effective regulations. Thank you.